Garner. He is welling up on the video board. Yeah, Jamie, one more race before your son is a potential world champion. But Kay, standing in the way is the reigning world champion. You can't take anything away from Tristan England.
I mean, you can see it. Stadium going up against Arena. This is going to be one for the books. Don't forget, though, we're going to be having that bronze medal race as well. Zombies, Barring Musauer will have lane choice, so keep that in mind as well.
You know what? I will never get tired of this shot of Jamie Garner. They can keep the camera on him for the rest of the night. He is so locked in on this race, and of course, for good reason.
Well, keep in mind also, too, Zach Garner and Wildside, I mean, he is the first time main field competitor here at Monster Jam World Finals. I mean, so well deserved. He has been working his tail off, and I mean, at such a young age, I talked to him, I said, Zach, I mean, you're in your early 20s, and to know where you want to be in life is incredible.
And of course, look, having a dad that also drives a Monster Jam truck that plays a part, right? You got access into the industry, you got access into the life, but that's to take nothing away from Zach Garner because he has worked so hard to get here. The entire Garner family has. But let's flip it back to JCB Digatron. Let's check in with Casey G. Casey, what do you have for us?
Back in the pits, we're shooting JCB Digatron, Tristan England, your reigning Monster Jam World Finals racing world champion. Right now you can see the crew and technicians working on the JCB Digatron. Right now there are no major issues. They're just patching up the body, trying to make JCB look as presentable for the racing final as possible. So no major issues on JCB Digatron. Everything is good here in the back as we prepare for the final.
Okay, you know, that's great news for, of course, Tristan England. It's great news for JCB. It's great news for all the Digatron Tristan England fans. But we saw him take that tumble, and we thought maybe this is going to be a situation where he can't come back. So hearing that he is good to go, that means we are going to get the finals that we all want to see.
Absolutely, and I can't wait to see this final round. Again, just a reminder, Wildside will have lane choice. So how do you think that's going to transpire? I mean, Zach Garner has been so fast there in the blue lane, but he's been so smooth as well.
Well, you know, we've talked about it from trackside, even trackside this afternoon, even going back to qualifying. So many drivers have brought this up. They said this is not a typical stadium situation in terms of racing. Even Scott Douglas and I talked about it. They're not used to these turns in stadiums. Arena drivers can face, and that's what Zach Garner is. But let's not forget,
I guess it was from the video game.
I was just going to say that one season removed from being an arena driver as well, so it's great to see these two going to be lining up and be potential World Finals champions here in just a moment.
It's going to be absolutely incredible to see where this goes. I would love, for one, to hear from Jamie Garner again. I know we just heard from him a few moments ago, but every time I see his face up on these monitors, I just smile. And you know what? Looks like we're getting our wish. Let's hear from Jamie Garner once again.
And you know, over here I've got Jamie Garner, and I can see the emotion in your eyes. I already asked what's going through your mind, but what's really going through your soul right now? There's so much hard work that goes into being an independent team.
They do
You know what? I'm worked up that my kid is. These career guys talking to me right now. That kid is sitting in that truck, cool, calm, and collective. His dad's a nervous wreck, but he's got it cool. You know, to be an independent team, funding all this out of my own pocket, be at the World Finals of Monster Jam, the best event in the world, right here in LA, rocking this place. We are going to go in and
What the fuck? Oh, it's the other semi-final. No, there is one. What?
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get our opportunity for the first time. Paul Jr., the crew chief thinks that it's Velociraptor.
Ladies and gentlemen, your bronze medalist, David Olford, Velociraptor!
Okay, the times are up on the board, but I will say this, the times are irrelevant for David Olford. Goes from last chance qualifier to bronze medalist.
All right, I need everybody up. You know what time it is. I need to hear you out there. Let me see those feet moving. Clap, boom, boom, clap, boom, boom, clap. Blood on your face. I need to hear you out there. Sing.
We will rock
knows what this moment is like. Tristan, a second-generation monster truck driver as well. But wow, what an unbelievable moment for Zach Garner.
Zach Garner, wild side. I mean, I could not be more happier for this young man to add this to his resume. He is a 2024 World Finals JCB World Champion in racing. And you can just see the emotions not only from Tom Meents, but from Jamie Garner, his father. I know his family is here as well, with the third fastest pass of the night through this entire field of competition.
And he does it when it matters most. I know it's not the fastest, right? We're not going to put that pass in the record books, but when all of everything was on the line, you're facing a guy who just did this last year, who just captured a championship, who's trying to stamp and solidify a brand new truck. Zach Garner has ice in his veins.
He is so cool, calm, and collective at all times. And we are seeing this super glued to the action replay right now. Every single turn, followed by that last turn there into the straightaway. Unbelievable from Zach Garner, wild side.
You know, just like we drew up the JCB World Championship in racing with Zach Garner taking the win, David Olfert taking the bronze medal. I mean, this kid is a fan favorite here in Los Angeles. The reaction when he crossed the finish line was absolutely electric. And you know what, LA? Let's hear it one more time for Zach Garner, your racing world champ. Zach Garner is standing right by. He's waiting to accept his championship, his trophy, his medal. There he is. Yeah, you did it, kid.
Some of the criteria that you, the fans, are going to be using at judgeszone.com as well.
Of course, now remember the driver has to fill at least 30 seconds to get a score, which Corey Rummel did. And if they don't fill at least a minute, whatever score you and the expert judges come up with, he's going to lose a full point. Which means if it comes up to a 7.4, it's down to a 6.4. And there are the scores right there. Finishes with a 5.887. That is the official score for Corey Rummel and Megalodon. Take another look up at the video board there in a moment to see some of the other things you want to be looking before. Balance, flow, momentum, using all of the obstacles. And here at World Finals, there are plenty of obstacles for these drivers to make sure they attack. You want to keep all that in mind, plus that little bit extra, that special wow factor.
Taking a look at the track, there's definitely a lot of different obstacles that, you know, our drivers can choose from. And the way that our Dirt Squad, our JCB Dirt Squad has cut some of these ramps and made some different obstacles and allowed these different jumps, I think our drivers are going to be very creative as we continue to go through these rounds.
You know, I know they went ahead and they pulled out the high jump ramp, but that is still pretty steep, and I think a lot of drivers are going to look to try to hit that in some huge air here in Sci-Fi.
John, right now we're going to be showing our recovery team clearing some of that debris out of the track before we get set here for our second competitor here in the BKT World Finals Freestyle Championship.
You know, the reason why that's important, Case, some of the fans up in the stands, they might look down and say, why are they bothering to do that? Well, you can pop a tire on some jagged pieces that are down there, and that will end a freestyle run almost immediately. So you want to make sure that you're setting up all of the drivers for success, especially when you have a car or a bus down there.
And a pop tire is not something that you want to end your World Finals bid as well. So kudos to our USA Tri-Safety officials, our JCB Dirt Squad, making sure that everything is ready to go here as we're going to continue on in freestyle here in just a moment.
You know, Kate, one of the things I like to do throughout the series is I like to give a shout out to our US HRA safety officials, to the JCB Dirt Squad. We've got a packed house here in SoFi, so let's give a huge round of applause for all of the unsung heroes in Monster Jam. You would not be a Monster Jam World Finals without them.
This is your two-time World Finals Freestyle Champion, coming out to the track, Chip Gore, Avenger. Chip Gore, Avenger, a Freestyle World Finals Champion 2003 and 2011, as he makes his mark here out on the track.
Jim Bowler always doing something special for the World Finals. In this year's event, he decided to pay tribute to the graffiti culture here in Los Angeles and Avenger Body. Make some noise for Avenger! And you can see Jim's son, Chris Kohler, looking on. He dropped the monster one just for the night to be here and prove with his dad. He's talking to him. Of course, now head on over to judgeshome.com. Use the code JAM to lock in your scores. That goes to the expert judges and all the fans here
gotta
you
be.
know what, Kay, I'm not gonna lie. I think if he had about 4 to 6 more feet, he'd probably seize that truck. Just call it
It's a hill. It's not flipping anybody off.
She just ran out of room, and that's how it happens sometimes. But right there, I thought he was about to roll it back over. A huge hand for Jim Kohler, one of the best to ever do it. Let's turn our attention up to the video board and your scores from JudgesZone.com.
Your scores are locked in. There it is, a 6.708. Monster Jam fans, I have a new friend. This is the very first fan that I met earlier today. She tracked me down. We were having lots of conversations about what's been happening all day. Can you tell everybody in SoFi Stadium what your name is?
My name's Kinsley.
Now, Kinsley, as you can see this beautiful face, she's having a great time here with her family. Give me one highlight that you love so far.
I love the two-wheel challenge.
You loved the two-wheel skills challenge earlier, and now you're about to love something even better because I have a head-to-head showdown coming up in a minute. For those of you that were here earlier during the event, I did this again, but this time we're going to do it with a different driver. There's a 15-second timer up on the video board, and Kinsley is going to try to name as many states as she possibly can during that time. Kinsley, you were just telling me you know all the states, so I think you can do this, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give you a countdown. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana. I like Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota.
Wow! Oh my goodness! Okay, you can get practice in school. That's right, give it up for Kinsley. Now, here's the trick. We have a special driver that's going to pop up on that video board. I want to see if you manage to guess as many states as Amy Sullivan did. Let's see if you can beat her. Take a look.
Florida, Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, Arkansas, Alaska, Hawaii, California, Mexico.
You did it, Kinsley! You beat Jamie Sullivan, our driver of Monster by Dalmatian. And as you can see, your brother right here is so excited. He's having a great time. He's so happy for you. He's trying to give you a hug, give you a pat on the shoulder. We love that. We love family here at Monster Jam. Now, because you did this, I want to give you something very special to take home with you. I'm coming down the steps right now. He's holding a really cool toy. If you two can hold this together so I can talk about it for just a moment, show that off to the fans that is engraved in our authentic truck. This is our regular tracks. So this can drive on anything, including water. Including water. It has a very special controller in the back. Let's turn it to the side so you can see the body right here on the track. Everything on the back is included in this. And like I said earlier, if you want to catch any of these toys, go to your local stores like Walmart or Target, as well as MonsterJam.com. Everything is really at any of our play sets, any of our 124 to 164 scale trucks to your collection of Monster Jam trucks. We're adding epic trucks, epic stunts, Monster Jam. SoFi Stadium is incredible. Give it up one more time for Kinsley.
You know, Kay, we've only seen 2 trucks thus far, 2 competitors out of the 24. But one thing we haven't seen is a Morgan and Morgan backflip attempt. And I gotta guess that one is coming pretty soon. But we've got Jim Kohler's run on replay. And it was a wild ride, as you expected. I think a lot of people would have wanted to see Jim Kohler be out there for a little bit longer.
Yeah, most definitely. But I mean, we're only 2 in as we're gonna get ready here for our 3rd competitor coming up after we see this replay here. Are you guys ready for some more World Finals Freestyle? Woo! Coming up next, it's Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger.
busted up that rear BKT tire to have it given word that the run is over. Let's hear it for Kristen Anderson. Monster Jam fans, now you have to head on over to judgeszone.com. Use the code JAM. You got less than 30 seconds to lock in those scores, so work quickly. The expert judges look like they are already locked in. So now you got to do your part as we look to crown a World Finals champion. Okay, very good run for Kristen Anderson.
Super solid run there, and she finishes with the organ backflip. Scores are locked in. Your score beat 6708 from Jake Fuller and Avenger. Your score for Kristen Anderson and Brayden